I'm super excited to be filming this video because we have coffee, some amazing books, and of course the best community on the internet. So it's time to do another episode of Book Talks with Advika. If you're new to this channel, hi, I am Advika, and in this series I give my honest opinion and review about some viral books on the internet and share my opinion about if they're underhyped, overhyped, or appropriately hyped. First genre I'm going to be talking about is thriller / mystery. First book is one of the most recent books I've read. It is Never Lie by Frida McFadden. So it follows a couple who get stuck into a creepy mansion that once belonged to a very famous psychiatrist who is now mysteriously vanished. And since they're stuck here, they start finding different objects that once belonged to her. They find her old recordings, which are literally the therapy sessions of her patients. And then things start to spiral. So we get to know about some of her old cases, and then we join dots about who could have been the killer. You literally start questioning everyone and everything. I think Frida McFadden writes mostly psychology thrillers, so they will twist your mind a little. If you're looking for a fast-paced thriller book which will keep you addicted and will keep you guessing, this one could be the one for you. However, I personally feel that the plot twist was predictable. I'm the kind of person who with every page is thinking what could be the plot twist. It was like, ooh, nice, but it wasn't like, oh my god, what just happened, I need to read this again. Not like that. If you get it, you get it. I gave this 3.5 stars because there are definitely better books that Frida McFadden has written, and this just ain't one of them. The next book that we're going to be talking about is Then She Was Gone by Lisa Jewell. This book is more of a mystery than a thriller. It has the missing person plot to it. So Laurel, who is a mother of 3, loses her favorite child, who is called Ellie, was a teenager when she vanishes out of the blue, and this book just follows the life after that happens. The author wrote in a way that will just feel very real rather than something that's just happening in the books. The emotions that Laurel feels as a mother, emotionally very deep. So a lot of years after Ellie has gone missing, Laurel is trying to get her life back. She has accepted the fact that now I need to move on and get my life together. It took her a long time, but now that when she's there, coincidentally she finds a person, a child actually, who looks exactly like her daughter Ellie, who has gone missing, and that is when the story starts to unravel. I liked how this book had different timelines and POVs from different characters, so it gives you more emotional depth of why things happened. Plot twist again wasn't something mind-blowingly shocking. It was more of a how things happened and why they happened rather than what happened. If you're someone who is into mysteries which have depth to them and heartbreak, then this one will hit. I'm gonna give this book a 3 stars. Okay, now we're moving on to my favorite genre, fantasy / romantasy. If we're talking about fantasy, the most viral series I've ever seen is the ACOTAR series by Sarah J Maas. Like everywhere I turned, Book Talk, Bookstagram, YouTube, BookTube, everywhere people were screaming about how this is the best fantasy book to be written in history. And of course, I went into this thinking that it's gonna be a 5-star masterpiece. I am so scared to be talking about this because the last time I talked about a very famous book series, I got so much of hate for speaking negatively about it. But guys, different people can have different opinions about different books. I have so many mixed opinions about this book. Let's talk about it. So this book follows a human girl called Farah who is living a tough, poor life, and now she accidentally gets pulled into a whole new world which is called Prithian in this book. And okay, credit where due, the world building was immaculate. Like I've read about fairies before, but this world genuinely felt so magical in a way that is really hard to pull off. Let's talk about the first book. So this book felt like the first 10% was this feels interesting, I like where this is going. The next 70% was okay, I'm waiting for something to happen. Like I'm waiting for something for me to like this series. And the last 20% was damn, I get the hype. Like the last 20%, I just could not put the book down. So it is a slow-paced book. Everyone who will suggest you this book will tell you to trust the process and just be patient. And if you're into fantasy, you're probably used to that feeling. Then comes the second book, which is supposed to be everyone's favorite out of the series, A Code of Mist and Fury. And Raisan, who is the male protagonist in this book, is literally everyone and their mother's favorite book boyfriend. My expectations for him were like मैंने खुद से ही expectations रख दी थी. We're talking about the best book boyfriend, so he has to be Zayden, he has to be Kai Azar, he has to be literally everyone. This person is buying jewelry for another girl. How is that like okay? Like how is that okay? Chapter 54 or 55, I'm not sure, but one of those chapters, I understood the point. I was gasping. I was like, damn, this is it. This is why this book is so hyped and I got it. But the rest of the book just felt like, is this really the best fantasy book? Because for me, it just wasn't adding up. It felt like the same repetitive story happening again. A weak girl who is now turning strong and she's gonna, be the boss lady and save the world now. Like, we have been there, we get it. I mean, it's a good fantasy read, but I would just say that there are better books than this. And I'm still on book 3, so maybe my opinions will change. I'm gonna give it 3.5 stars. This series is overhyped. Okay, now we're gonna be talking about Fearless by Lauren Roberts. If you have seen any of my previous book talk videos, you know that Powerless is one of my favorite fantasy series. Book 1 has been one of my favorite romantasy books. Like, I gave that book 5 stars. Book 2 was also nice, like not the best book, and it left on the biggest cliffhanger. So ever since this book was gonna be released, I was like, कब आएगी कब आएगी कब आएगी. और जब आई, मेरे final exams चल रहे थे. So of course I had to wait even longer to read it. So this book has a lot of same vibes from the first book. Like, the trials were there, but then again just did not feel as high stakes as they did in the first book. Since the first book was so romance heavy, I absolutely loved it. The second book was only romance, so I was like, fine, I'm liking this. But I really wanted the third book to be more than romance, and there were a lot of scenes where I was like, can we just stop with the romance? I was just getting very used to it and I was like, I need something more. However, there were a few chapters which definitely made up for the other slow chapters. Spoiler alert, there's a scene where Kai and Payden have a physical battle, and that scene, like, I was literally on the edge of my seat. I was like about to cry. It was so intense. And the plot twist, मतलब इस fantasy book में भी एक plot twist था which was literally better than some of the thriller books that I've read. I was not expecting that plot twist and it felt so out of nowhere, but then it made sense. This plot twist will always be engraved in my head because it was like, bro, what just happened? The end, however, it just felt so rushed. It also felt like one of the main characters got a very weird ending. Regardless, I gave this book 4 stars because it does have slow chapters, but then it also gives you some amazing chapters and some amazing scenes, and the plot twist was nice. So I liked this and I'm gonna give this 4 stars. The last book for this genre is Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. I'm really sorry, I don't know how to pronounce her name. Finally, a fantasy book that I would recommend to everyone and anyone. Male, female, doesn't matter. I'm gonna start this book with the rating I gave it. 4.75 stars. I definitely judged the book by its cover and felt that this book is not for me. But then I came across this Netflix TV series which is called Shadow and Bone. When I saw that show, I really liked this particular part of it. Later I got to know that that part was inspired by Six of Crows, and I felt like, damn, I want to read this. So let's talk about this book now. Anyone who loves money heist, adventure, thriller will eat this up. So the world in this is called Grisha Verse, and Grisha are basically witches and wizards, like people who can bend the elements like air, water. If you've seen Airbender, you'll get it. But they were people who could control heartbeat, people who could heal. The Grishas were super interesting, but this book particularly followed 6 criminals, and that is why it's called Six of Crows, and they are hired to pull off a nearly impossible heist. And I personally loved this book not because of how they pulled that heist and what happened. Like, obviously that was interesting as well, but the reason why I fell in love with this book was because of the writing style. Literally chef's kiss. The way she has written the characters. When you finish this book, you won't feel that these characters are fictional, and even though they're criminals, you won't hate them. When I got to know about the backstory, I almost cried. I almost felt like I want to be there for them. I want to give them a hug. I understand them like they are my friends. I don't know. I can just keep on talking about the characters, honestly. The backstories are like so emotionally beautifully written, and you'll just get why a character is the way that they are. The next genre we're diving into is romance. Today we're going to be reviewing 2 very popular books. First one is Happy Place by Emily Henry. Now this was my second book from Emily Henry. Before this I read Funny Story, and my reviews on that are in episode 2, so you can go check that out. But Happy Place is one of the most loved books by Emily Henry, so I genuinely felt like I can't be going wrong this time. Like, this time I have picked a book that made people fall in love with Emily Henry. She genuinely writes in a way that is so real. real. It feels like it's coming out from one of her experiences and in no way feels like fiction. Her characters feel so real, the dialogues are always on point, and all the relationships, be it love relationship or friendship, all of those relationships have so much depth. The plot follows a young couple, Harriet and Vin, and both of them have broken up. They were part of this friend circle and they've broken up now, but they haven't told their friends, and now they're stuck in this group vacation and they don't want their breakup to ruin the vacation. They don't want their friends to find out just now because a lot of other stuff is also happening in this vacation. They pretend that they're dating, so it has fake dating trope and also has second chance romance trope. After reading this book, one thing is clear, that I am not into second chance romance. I don't know, I just don't appreciate it in real life and I don't appreciate it in fictional books either. What I did love though is that Harriet, the female protagonist, is a doctor. I don't think Emily Henry is a doctor, but उसने जिससे भी पूछा है डॉक्टर्स की लाइफ कैसी होती है, that person told her the absolute truth about being a doctor. I am also an intern doctor and I've been through medical college and everything. I just felt like damn, the experience is so true, and I've never related more to a character, not just by her profession, but her opinions about fighting, her opinions about letting other people know what you're going through or your emotions. Everything about that just felt so damn relatable. And also, this book is not just romance, but it is also about how friendships grow, about how people grow apart in friendships and how that is absolutely normal. And that is what I'm saying, it's just so real. Everything that is happening in this book doesn't feel a bit unrealistic. Even though I love how real this is, I did not love how real this is. The ending was not it for me. So because of all those reasons, I gave this book 3 stars. And the last book for this video is gonna be again a very hyped author, Ana Huang. This is my first book that I ever read of hers, King of Wrath. I picked this book up just because I've heard so many things about Ana Huang, and she is one of those authors कि तुम कहीं पे भी जाओगे, चाहे तुम किसी रोड साइड बुक स्टोर पे हो या किसी प्रॉपर बुक स्टोर पे हो, her book would always be in the bestseller aisle. This book was fast paced, spicy, and yes, completely unrealistic, but in the best way possible. It has the billionaire trope, arranged marriage trope, forced proximity trope, which isn't very deep and groundbreaking, but it's addictive. The drama, the banter, the tension between the characters, it all delivers. It isn't super deep, but it also has like enough emotional layers to keep you hooked to the story. Okay, I'm gonna give this book 4 stars. If you want to read something real, then not for you. But if you want to read something fast-paced, steamy, has good tension and banter between the characters, you'll fly through this one. And that is it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Again, do let me know all of your book recommendations in the comments, because I mostly pick up books which are the most liked ones, or you know, people are recommending a lot in the comments. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Until then, keep dreaming, keep smiling, and keep achieving. Love you guys.